Hey. First things first, if there is an echo, I'm very sorry. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it because if you couldn't tell, for those of you who are not new here, I am in a new space. We have officially moved from Alaska back to Missouri. We're back in the lower 48 and we are in our new apartment, but we still have no furniture. So there's like nothing in here. You can literally see boxes back here. These are all my books. I put some here for like a little cute effect, but like they're still in boxes because I have yet to get bookshelves. But don't worry, when I do, I'm gonna be making a whole video based on creating my little at-home little library and I'm so excited. But aside from that, let's just address the obvious. Aside from me being in a new space, my hair is different and I chopped it off. So if you don't follow me on Instagram and you haven't seen that till now, there you go. Hi, it is still me. I just changed my hair like I do literally every 6 months. You can change your hair. So there you have it. Obviously, as you guys know, today we're gonna be talking about my June TBR. I don't know why I just told you that when you already knew, but anyways, that's what we're gonna be talking about. If you haven't seen my May and April wrap up, go watch that. I quite literally only read 3 books, both months combined, which sucks. And I'm really hoping June is the month to get me out of that slump that moving put me in. So we have quite a bit of books that I'm gonna show you that I would love to read this month, and hopefully I can read most of them, if not all of them. But also, since I am getting out of a slump, I am gonna be mostly mood reading, so hopefully I'm able to read at least 5 books this month and get back on track. So anyways, with that being said, let's get into the first few books that are on my TBR. And I say few because I'm not sure exactly which one I will for sure be reading yet, because these are my book club options for the month of June. Now, for those of you who haven't joined my book club and did not see my announcement, I actually just moved my book club from Fable to Discord. I wanted more creative freedom and just more freedom to be able to talk to you guys about more and us share pictures of our books or whatever the case may be. The link is down below in the description box. It's also on my channel. The link is out there. Go find it and join my book club. The 4 options for our book club book for the month of June is Butcher and Blackbird, Wild Love, Just for the Summer, and Done and Dusted. These are obviously some very, very hyped up books. We have Wild Love and Just for the Summer, which just came out within the last month or 2, I believe. And then these are just very beloved books. I don't know where else I was going with that, but anyways, it is currently looking like Butcher and Blackbird is going to win the book of the month poll for June, which I am very excited to read this. I am a little nervous because I'm not sure if this is gonna be my type of book, because this book does follow 2 serial killers who kill bad people and it's the romance between them. And there's a lot of trigger warnings, which I haven't read all of them because I'm not someone that typically needs to look at trigger warnings, but I have seen people say one of the trigger warnings is accidental cannibalism, which is pretty crazy. Never read anything like that before, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this, if it's gonna be my vibe. But I also feel like I've seen a lot of people say the same thing and then they ended up absolutely loving it, eating it up, and giving it like 5 stars. So we shall see, but I would really love to give this a read. And then obviously we have Done and Dusted. This is a book that really, really blew up, I wanna say last summer. This book is a cowboy romance, and I honestly don't know what the tropes or just the plot of this is at all. All I know is it's cowboy romance, and I really, really love the Chestnut Spring series. So I'm kind of obsessed with cowboy romances from reading those, so I cannot wait to read more cowboy romances and more written by somebody other than Elsie Silver. So I can't wait to give this a read. I've literally heard absolutely incredible things about this book. That's another option, and honestly a book that I might get to this month whether it wins the poll or not. And then we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I have not read any book by her and I need to give her books a read. I also just recently bought Yours Truly by her. I would just really love to dive into reading her books, and I feel like everyone just loves her books, loves her writing so much, and I have yet to give them a go and I really want to. And this one just came out and everyone is hyping it up so much. The people I have seen that have read this book have said it is so good, and I've also heard that it has such summery vibes. So I'm very excited to give this a read, and we'll see if it wins the poll or not. Who knows? Let's see what it currently is at. Last I checked, Butcher and Blackbird was winning. Currently, Butcher and Blackbird is still winning by 1 vote. So we shall see. I'm pretty sure that's gonna win. And then obviously the last book I said was in the poll is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Now I have not yet finished the Chestnut Spring series, so, and I know this is technically starting a new series, but I think they are somehow interconnected. That could be so wrong though, so do not quote me on that and don't take my word for that because that could be wrong. Okay, first of all, can I just talk about how absolutely stunning, beautiful this cover is? I genuinely cannot get over how this cover looks. The pinks, pink is my favorite color, and I absolutely love when there is a hot pink and a light pink layered like this. It's just so beautiful, and it does something in my brain every single time. But again, with the cowboy romances, I'm so excited to read more. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I don't know Again, how many of these books am I actually gonna know the tropes and the plot line of? Not many, because I go into books blind all the time. So if you're the same way and you're not already subscribed, you should subscribe, because I'm constantly going into books blind, and we can just do that together, you know? We can just have a little fun reading books blind together. Okay, moving on. There is 2 books that I'm actually currently in the middle of reading that, oh wait, no. The way that I'm actually in the middle of 4 books right now is crazy. So we're gonna talk about those real quick. The first being Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is the second in the Boys of Tommen series, and the second and last book following Johnny and Shannon. I'm currently on page 123, which is chapter 18. Now, I actually have not read any of this and picked it up in a while. I started this back in April and have just been slowly reading it on my Kindle. Now, it's not because I'm not loving it, because I am absolutely loving this, and I love the characters. I'm so genuinely in love with every single character in this, not just Johnny and Shannon, but Gibbsy and Claire, literally just everyone. I'm so obsessed and in love with this universe, and I really do want to finish this book and continue on with the series and finish this story up. But I have, again, just been in a really big reading slump, so hopefully I will finish this month. But again, this is your sign. If you haven't read the Boys of Tommen series yet, you absolutely need to, and you should start it right now. The first one, Binding 13, I gave a 5 out of 5 stars, and I knew it was gonna be a 5-star 10 pages in. If that's not convincing you, I don't know what will. The next book that I am currently in the middle of reading, quite literally almost in the exact middle, is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Those of you who do not know, this is the last so far in the ACOTAR series. She is currently still writing more for this series, but this is the last one that is out, and we don't know when the next one is coming. Hopefully she'll hurry up on that. But anyways, like I said, I'm in the middle of this. I'm about 44% through this. I am on page 327, which is chapter 30, and I am really enjoying this. However, I will say I do love Feyre more. This book does start to follow in Nesta's perspective, and it's not that I'm disliking this book, because I'm still loving it, because I love these characters and I love the universe so much, but I definitely am a Feyre stan. I love her so much, and Nesta really infuriates me sometimes. So there is at times in this book where I want to literally strangle her, okay? And sometimes I feel like I literally could, and then I realize, oh, these are words on a page, I'm not actually there.
Are you delusional?
Sometimes I really want to strangle her. So yeah, but I am still loving it, hoping to finish this sometime this week and get that finished, and then I will just be very much impatiently waiting for the next one to come out. And the next book I am currently reading is actually The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. Now, I do not own a physical copy of this. I actually started this on my Kindle last night, and I am so excited to continue reading this. I started it last night because I just wanted to read something that was not ACOTAR or Keeping 13, that was gonna be a really sweet read, maybe something that would just be a little bit more fast-paced, not such a long book, because both of those books are very long, and I just needed something easy. So I started this, and when I tell you, the writing is so unbelievably captivating that literally from the first page I was so sucked in, and I'm so invested and enthralled in the story already. And I genuinely think that I could have read 50% of it in the first session of me sitting and reading, but my eyes literally started to fall shut and I started to fall asleep. So unfortunately, we made it to page 28, but again, I'm loving it so much already. It's so good. It's obviously like a bodyguard romance, but I did know that she was the bodyguard, but I didn't remember that until they said it in the book, and I was like, oh, whoa, I kind of forgot about that. And that was just an added layer of like, ooh, now I'm even more intrigued to read this, because where's this gonna go, you know? So I'm so far really enjoying it, and I cannot wait to continue. That's another book I'm in the middle of. And the last book I'm in the middle of that I want to finish this month is actually an audiobook. I'm listening to it on Audible. It is on Audible for free, and it's called The Takedown by Lily Chu. This is the third in this series, and they are standalones, but I have listened to all 3 of them and absolutely loved every single one of them. I love her writing style so much. Just the way she formulates a story and writes her characters is so so beautifully done and just amazing to me. I cannot believe that people do not talk about these books more. They're so good. So if you have not like read or listened, however you want to do it, literally you need to. The first one is The Stand-In, and then The Comeback and The Takedown. I have about 3 hours left to listen to that, so I'm almost done listening to that in the grand scheme of how long I've been listening to it. So I want to get that finished. Again, it's just kind of one of those things where I got in a slump and I just stopped listening to my audiobooks, but I'm so obsessed and I think I'm gonna end up giving it like at least a 4.5 star. It's so good. And moving on to other books that I haven't started yet that I would love to read this month, we have The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, however you want to say her last name, because I don't know how it's pronounced actually, but I read The 7-Year Slip by her and absolutely loved it. I loved the magical realism aspect that book had. It was so fun and interesting and so different from anything I had ever read, and obviously this book had come out before that, and this one also has the magical realism aspect to it, but this one is a ghost. I'm literally pretty sure that the love interest lies within a ghost, and that's kind of where a love story is gonna lie. And I was so not expecting the way that The 7-Year Slip ended up playing out and how that story went, and I loved it so much. That is a 6-star read for me. So I am so excited to read another book by her and another book that has that element of like, how the hell is this gonna happen? How is this gonna work? And just see how the story unfolds. I just have a feeling I'm going to absolutely love it. I don't know. I think it's gonna be really good. So I'm excited to read this one. And obviously it is summertime, okay? Summer is in full swing. It is June. It is hot outside. The pools are open. Summer is in full swing. So of course I had to pick a very summery vibe looking book, and that is From the Jump by Lacey Walden. This is a book I picked up last summer and have not got to it yet. But first of all, look at this cover. Absolutely stunning. Such summery vibes. Like literally what more could you want from a summer book cover than this? Genuinely, I'm waiting. But anyways, I don't remember too much about what this is about. All I really remember is it follows this lady who is basically someone who always is saying yes, and she finally decides to say no and take some time for herself and go on a vacation with her friends, and she ends up having a forced proximity situation with some guy while she's there, and obviously that's where our romance lies. I think this is just gonna be a fun, quick, easy little summery romance that could very potentially help continue to get me out of this slump, because again, it's been a big one. The worst reading slump I have ever had in my entire life. So love that. And the last book that I am putting on my June TBR is again a summary book, but with a bit of a twist. And again, if you're not new here, this will not even come to a shock, but if you are new here, you're probably gonna be like, girl, okay. And that is The Summer of Christmas by Juliet Giglio and Keith Giglio. This is a book that I again picked up last summer. Obviously it is a summer romance, but it has a Christmas element to it. We basically have this girl named Ivy, and she is trying to become a screenwriter. One of her screenplays ends up getting picked up, and it is basically about the story of her high school sweetheart who like broke her heart just days before Christmas. And so now that's going to be turned into a movie. Yay, like she got it. But they decide to film it in her hometown, and now she's back there to film this, and you know, they're turning their town in the middle of summer into a winter wonderland, and she runs into her ex. And then I think there's also something in the mix with the guy playing her ex. Not really sure, but it sounds very interesting, and I am a Christmas fanatic. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I love Christmas so much, so I think this will be such a perfect book to give me a little bit of a Christmassy vibe while still being summer, because I cannot lie and say that I haven't low-key been sitting here wanting it to be Christmas, but that could be the fault of my For You page somehow turning to Christmas. And I think it's because my sister sent me a Christmas TikTok the other day and I liked it and watched it like 5 times, and now they just keep popping up. So really, whose fault is it? It's not mine, okay? But anyways, that is it. That is my June TBR, and wow, this was so nice to be back in front of the camera and to be back talking to you guys in real, well, not real time, but like the last few videos I had posted, I had filmed quite a while ago, so it feels so nice to be back and doing this. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, because we have a lot of fun over here and we want you to join the fun. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Now my throat's a little dry, but I did it. We did it. Why does this feel so weird? That was so weird. I'm like literally tripping. I thought I saw like a sticker inside the book. I was like, that's not right. Dive into hair description. What? Is discography the right word? I don't think that's the right word. That's music. I need to look that up. Why is the lighting doing that? Someone let me know, please. Stop, pumpkin. And currently Butcher and Blackwort. First being, I almost said the wrong title. I took a month off and yet I still cannot talk, so the bloopers will remain. And continue on with the series. What? This screenwriter, I couldn't think of the word. And one of her screenplays. Do I know English? And with that being said, why is the chair turning? Stop.